I'm here with Brock Evans, the athletic director of Pellissippi State, and I have a few questions for him. So my very first question is a little bit about your background. Where are you from?
I'm from Maryville, Tennessee, so it's Maryville. We don't put the Y in there, okay?
Where did you attend college at?
So I went to Union College, played football at Maryville High School, and then played football at Union College. And then after that, I was an assistant coach for a number of years in college football.
So you've always had a background in sports?
Well, actually, more or less, not really. You know, I have a long story past within athletics, you know, whether it being a coach or etc. But I also spent a lot of time after I completed my master's doing stuff on the higher education administration side of the college industry. So I've done everything from be a cohorts coordinator, which here at the college is a big portion of what we do. I've worked in admissions, I've done some stuff with financial aid, so I've kind of done quite a few different jobs within higher education.
What drove you to become an athletic director?
So this was actually my dream job. You know, this was always what I wanted to do, you know, growing up. First, I started off being a coach, you know, and I loved coaching. And I would be lying to you if I said I didn't miss it all the time. But the reality is, for a small college coach, sometimes it's kind of tough to settle down into one place, especially in football. You know, in football, more or less, your coaching roles, you almost have to be like a shark. You're constantly on the move, you're constantly swimming, you're learning underneath different staffs, you're trying to better yourselves, you're embracing new offenses, new defenses, whatever it may be. And my wife works in athletics as well, so she's an athletic trainer, and you know, I had made the decision that was the girl I was going to marry, and you know, she wanted more of the white picket fence and the settled down between our two families. So I'm from Maryville, she's from Jellicoe, and what made sense was Knoxville. And I decided that I was going to use my master's and get back into higher education. So when this came available, I mean, it was something that I knew immediately I had to jump into because I do have a passion for athletics, and this was my dream job.
And so we know that Pellissippi State's their first year really having athletics. So what's it like being the first athletic director for the school?
It's a lot of work, you know, but it's been a great ride. You know, there's a lot of logistics, a lot of planning, you know, trying to get all of this off the ground. But we've got a great staff here. We've got a great coaching staff, but also when I say staff, I'm talking about folks on campus. We have great senior leadership. You know, we've had a ton of support in getting this going. But it is a lot, you know, trying to figure out facilities, where you're going to play, you know, how do you move 90 student athletes around effectively. You know, in the first year, it's been a great learning experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's been awesome.
So kind of going off of that, what does a normal day in your life look like?
It can be pretty hectic. It really depends upon the game week, you know. During camp, before our athletic trainer officially started, I was doing a little bit of athletic training. I can't really say that because I don't have the degree, but you know, I was doing a lot of the grabbing ice for the teams, making sure everything was set, making sure that we had equipment moved, making sure we had schedules set, game schedules for the fall, etc. A lot of administrative work. Currently, right now, you know, once we got into season, it really depends upon the week. You know, some weeks we have 4 and 5 contests, and if they're at home, there's a lot of logistics that have to happen. As you know, so we play our soccer games at a couple different places. Depends upon where they're at throughout the week. If it's Monday through Friday, we're playing at Emerald Youth facility down in Lonsdale, and on the weekends we play at Carnes. So when we have one of those weekday games, what we're doing is we're moving a lot of equipment. You know, I have wonderful staff such as yourself to help with those things. You know, we have to get the field set up. You have to set up a PA system. You have to set up the scoreboard. You know, you have to get a makeshift athletic training room set up. You know, there's a lot of different things that we have to do depending upon where we're going. Volleyball setups, we have volleyball at home. You know, similar thing, except for now we're setting up full bleachers and etc. So on game weeks, you know, it's a lot of logistical stuff. There's a lot of administrative work. negotiating hotels, setting up travel through our bus charter group, whatever it may be. There's a lot of stuff like that. And as a first-year program, there's a lot of administrative work we have to do too with the NJCAA to make sure that we're doing things, up to snuff and making sure that we aren't misrepresenting anything or etc.
What goals do you have for yourself for the future for the program?
So for our programs, what we really want to do is in this first year, we want to build a culture. We want to build a culture amongst all of our teams. Unfortunately, in your first year of NJCAA competition, you can't compete in the postseason, which is a shame because I definitely think we have some teams that could really compete at a very high level. But we'll get a chance to do that next year. So the first year for us, more or less, is for our coaches to instill a culture, on campus, within their teams. That only helps to set the foundation for years to come. So what we want to do is build that culture, recruit at a high level, obviously. And also for our student athletes, we do have some who are already getting ready to graduate. We want to be able to graduate those students. We want to be able to place those students. Those are our goals. For our student athletes who want to continue their playing careers, we really want to be able to help facilitate them into that next step. Moving forward, we're not just stopping with these sports. We do intend to add men's and women's basketball, baseball, and softball. So we're in the early planning stages of that and hopefully getting ready to hopefully begin the hiring for those positions. And so what it looks like for us moving forward is we want to continue to grow our athletic department, grow the number of sports we offer, break ground on new facilities, begin to really build some exciting stuff here on campus, and give a place for Knoxville athletes, give them an option to come here, develop themselves athletically, and then continue their careers elsewhere after these 2 years.
And that's all my questions. So if there's anything else you'd like to add, you're more than welcome.
No, the big things I have to add is we really welcome Knox County support, in all surrounding counties. We would love to have you guys out at our games, come out and support these student athletes, and go Panthers.